Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between towering mountains and lush forests, there lived a young boy named John. John was not like the other children in his village. While they played games and spent their days exploring the hills, John was known for being quiet and a little shy. He loved reading stories about brave heroes, but deep down, he never thought of himself as brave. One sunny afternoon, while John was walking through the village square, an old man approached him. The man wore a long cloak and had a weathered face, his eyes full of wisdom. He smiled at John and said, "I have heard of your love for stories, young boy. But I wonder, have you ever wondered what it would be like to be the hero in your own story?" John was surprised. "I don't think I could ever be a hero," he said softly. "I'm just an ordinary boy." The old man chuckled gently. Every hero starts as an ordinary person. It is the challenges they face that make them extraordinary. Perhaps you will soon have a chance to prove your bravery. Curious but unsure, John asked, "What do you mean?" The old man smiled cryptically and handed John a small, glowing stone. "This is the Heartstone," he explained. "It will guide you to your destiny. Follow the path of the Heartstone, and you will find the adventure that will test your courage." John hesitated but took the stone. It was warm in his hand, and as he held it, he felt a strange pull towards the mountains in the distance. Without knowing exactly why, he felt as though he had to follow it. As the days passed, John prepared for his journey. His parents were worried but trusted that he would be careful. On the day he left, John looked back at his village, his heart beating faster with excitement and fear. The journey was long and filled with obstacles. As John walked deeper into the forest, the trees grew taller, and the path became less clear. He had to climb over rocks, cross streams, and navigate through dark, thick woods. Each time he felt uncertain, the Heartstone would glow brightly, lighting the way. One evening, as John camped beside a quiet river, he heard a strange noise from the shadows. A large creature emerged. Its fur was matted, its eyes glowing in the moonlight. It was a wolf, but much bigger than any John had ever seen. The wolf growled menacingly, its sharp teeth glinting in the darkness. John froze in fear. His heart raced. But then, he remembered the stories he had read. Heroes didn't run from danger, they faced it. He took a deep breath, remembering the warm glow of the Heartstone in his hand. Holding it tightly, he stepped forward, his voice trembling as he spoke. "Please, I don't want to hurt you. I just want to pass through." To his surprise, the wolf stopped growling and looked at him curiously. It seemed to sense the courage in John's heart. Slowly, the creature lowered its head and turned, disappearing back into the forest. John couldn't believe what had just happened. He had faced the creature, not with force, but with calm and bravery. He had learned that courage didn't always mean fighting. It meant staying strong and calm in the face of fear. The next day, John continued his journey. Eventually, he reached the foot of a great mountain. At the summit, he could see a shimmering light. The Heartstone was pulsing with energy, guiding him up the mountain. As he climbed higher, a fierce wind howled, and a storm began to brew. The path became slippery, and the clouds were so thick he could hardly see where he was going. But John pressed on, determined to reach the top. When he finally reached the summit, he found a massive door carved into the stone. The door was ancient and covered with symbols that he didn't understand. But the Heartstone pulsed brightly in his hand, and he instinctively placed it into a slot on the door. The door creaked open, revealing a hidden temple. Inside, the walls were covered with paintings of great heroes and their adventures.